Here's a brief but annoying message to let you know that you could have first heard this episode 9 months ago if you were a subscriber to our Iron Filing Society Patreon offering.
For the price of a pint and a St Clement's each month, you can get up to 4 episodes a week, 9 months before the rest of the world gets them. Early access to regular episodes, lots of other marvellous benefits, and there's absolutely no adverts or brief but annoying messages like this that will get right on your ticks.
Find out more and subscribe now at tftimemachine.com/ironfilings.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, this is it!
This is Top Flight Time Machine. I am Andy Hotbody Dawson. Pow, pow, pow.
I'm Sam Nifty Delaney. So what?
Oh, we're in the history box right now, and we're rummaging around in the world of Sepp Blatter, who, of course, was the head of FIFA for such a long time, and then wasn't because of corruption,
Reasons.
basically.
I'd forgotten the reasons.
It's hard, isn't it? Because
was there
many.
Was there a huge, FIFA file scandal in, the paper? Was it one of those situations? We've got so used to these huge kind of, drops that The Guardian often do, where it's suddenly, revealed, and they've done, a year's worth of investigative reporting. And because, the most memorable one in the last decade or so was probably the parliamentary expenses one, which I think the Telegraph did. But The Guardian do it a lot, don't they? Which is why we always say, pay for journalism, right?
Exactly.
Because no other papers are doing it. And The Guardian, people pay, and then they can afford to do proper journalism where people actually go out and fucking find shit out in a proper, rigorous way. Anyway, I think, am I right in thinking that they did one about FIFA and that's what triggered his, it was an international effort that triggered his departure?
It was the US government. I'm just looking now. Yeah, the US government indicted several current and former FIFA officials in 2015. And then Blatter announced he would call for elections to choose a new president of FIFA and that he would not stand in these elections. So he kind of going, oh, fuck, loads of people have been arrested. I'll tell you what, have an election, I'll be over there. I'll just head out the side.
A classic.
Side door.
Classic get out, isn't it?
Don't worry about me. He was suspended in October 2015. I mean, this is going to be the end of the story, but we'll do it now. The Independent FIFA Ethics Committee. Oh, imagine those guys. They're very thorough. Fuck me.
Come in, sit down. You want a sandwich? Yeah, we're the Ethics Committee. Come on, help yourself to a cigar. They're Cuban.
We're the Ethics Committee. You brought us a little gift of any kind today?
What's this?
No
this
sandwich for you then.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
No gift, no sandwich, Buster.
Can't you read? That's what it says on the poster on the wall.
The FIFA Ethics Committee ejected him from office. I hope that was physically ejected in an ejector seat, and banned him from taking part in any FIFA activities for 8 years. And then an appeals committee, he appealed against it, bless him, upheld the suspension but reduced it from 8 years to 6. And then he got another ban last year for 6 years and was fined 1 million CHF. I don't know what currency that is. Any ideas? Any guesses? CHF currency. Oh, it's Swiss francs.
It's a particular kind of currency that I deal in. It's quite rare.
Currency.
It's quite rare. It's untraceable.
Yeah, it's Bitcoin. It's Swiss francs.
The dodgiest,
and that was only
the
last
dodgiest
year,
of all currencies, isn't it? Swiss francs.
Oh, yeah.
It's worse than crypto.
Yeah. Swiss bank account equals shadiness, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The ethics committee fined him for 6 years. Sorry, banned him for another 6 years and fined him 1 million Swiss francs in a probe into massive bonus payments. So, and of course, Gianni Infantino, the former ginger man, is now in charge. Yeah. And at this World Cup, he appears on screen within the first 5 minutes of every game that he's at, which is interesting.
What's interesting is that they've stopped showing him on the big screen. They said that last night in the commentary because he was receiving too many boos. And it reminds me a lot of, I don't know if you've ever watched any of the Hunger Games, those films with Jennifer Lawrence. Like,
I have.
I rewatched the first one recently. My kids love them, and the Donald Sutherland character, Snow, who's like the boss of this sort of dystopian, fucking mad kind of totalitarian state. And he's always up on the big screen, and he gets booed in the end, and then he becomes very disgruntled. It's so much like the Hunger Games. So much like the Hunger Games. Infantino sat up there, and it's like, right, beam my face out fucking everywhere, across the world. That's the deal. I have to have my big, bald, former ginger head everywhere. Yeah. And then, and I want everyone, especially those motherfuckers from my school who called me ginger bollocks, who called me Ginger Whinger, who called me Mick Hucknall Love Child. I remember all of you. Look at me now, cunts. I'm on a big screen in your living room. I'm the boss of football. Hello, dickheads. What you doing now?
And he's also sitting in the kind of outdoor furnishing that you'll get in a high-end Dubai hotel as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he won't sit on a normal seat. He won't sit on a normal football seat.
Some kind of lounging fucking throne that he's
sitting in. Fold-down seat? That's for the fucking peasants. I'm the boss man.
Fuck your bucket seat.
Wonderful.
So, yeah.
We all thought when he came in, I don't know why, I knew nothing about the cunt, but I just kind of assumed they've got rid of Blatter. Blatter was the most outrageous and flagrant Bond villain ever, right? In the history of public life. Well, certainly up there with Al Fayed, and now, of course, Musk.
Yeah.
Right? He's in that category, right?
Yeah.
And he was sort of Trump before Trump, I think. Wasn't he? He sort of like, he's like, Sepp Blatter must have been, when Trump ran for president, he must have been, you stole my fucking act, cunt.
Sepp Blatter's cut from the same cloth as Berlusconi.
Yeah,
who, of
definitely.
course, was in charge of Milan, but then also became fucking Italian Prime
Minister. Why not?
Bunga bunga parties.
Bunga bunga. Yeah, very similar. And so when they got rid of Blatter amidst the scandal, I kind of thought, they go, well, there's a new guy now, Infantino. And I thought, well, obviously, what they'll have done, it was like when the Tories got rid of Thatcher and replaced him with Major, you have to really tone shit down. If you've had like a very dramatic sort of period, you need to put in a very boring, safe pair of hands. And that is instinctively what I looked at Infantino, I thought, they probably found the boring guy from the accounts department.
Yeah.
I thought, let's put him in, he's squeaky clean.
They've worked out the game's up. And it's time to do it.
The game's up. At least cosmetically, let's appear that we've become really straight-laced and boring.
Yeah.
But they put Infantino in, and I don't know whether Infantino was always like this or whether the power has corrupted him, and maybe he was just a very kind of unassuming family man. But after a couple of years in the big job, he's gone mad, divorced his wife, married a Swedish model. Do you know what I mean? And just gone fucking demented with drunk on power.
He got really high on free meals.
Yeah.
And all that kind of thing. And first-class business travel.
I got to tell you, Sepp was a great man. And now I see that many of the problems he had were understandable. Because I can tell you myself, a lot of temptation is put in front of you in this role. A lot of temptation. Temptation that I defy any man, any red-blooded man, to pass away. No way.
Yeah, it's just it's the new boss, same as the old boss, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm looking now at we're looking at Blatter's Wikipedia page. Yeah, we got as far as the Nelson Mandela incident, where he interrupted a 1-minute silence for Nelson Mandela the day after his death, after 11 seconds.
Yeah, that's enough of that.
That's a perfect time for interrupting a minute's silence, isn't it? If you're an absolute cunt.
We got any? Let me ask you. There any girls at this party? It's not exactly a party, Mr. Blatter. Come on, let's get the girls out. Enough of this sadness. I don't like to see all these sad faces. You know what always puts a smile on everyone's face? Pretty girls. I had a feeling that you wouldn't have laid on any pretty girls. So, guess what, everyone? I brought my own. No need to thank me. Come on, girls. Come out and start dancing.
No, I didn't hire them. I'm not some kind of pig. Yeah, they're on a retainer.
They're on a retainer to FIFA.
It's an
FIFA need pretty
thing.
girls. We have pretty girls all through FIFA. They're just, they have jobs. Their job is to be pretty and to be fun. Maybe sit on your lap, have a dance, perhaps share a drink with you.
I'm looking for incidents of sexism because there was plenty of those, wasn't there? Oh my God, there was a sexual assault allegation. Hope Solo, the American goalkeeper, accused him of he grabbed her ass, she said, before the two of them presented an award in 2013. She said she was in complete shock and completely thrown off. I had to quickly pull myself together to present my teammate with the biggest award of her career and celebrate with her in that moment. So I completely shifted my focus to Abby. Fucking Blatter.
Yeah, listen. Hey, pussycat, I squeeze your ass. It's just a bit of fun. If that's assault, then lock me up.
Yeah. What's that, a crime now?
Yeah, crime to grab ass. What are you going to make a crime next? Breathing oxygen? Grabbing ass is like oxygen to me.
I can't find anything on this Wikipedia page about his
rampant sexism.
His women's football shirts.
He wanted the kits to be sexier, didn't he?
He wanted to be tighter. Yeah, skimpier.
Here's a funny fact. While you look for that, Blatter's first wife was Liliana Biner. The couple had a daughter, Corinne, and divorced shortly afterwards. Divorcing you now. I don't know, man. This daughter we had, it seemed like a nice idea, but she's just become a drag. In 1981, this is something that fascinates me. Blatter married Barbara Kaiser, the daughter of Helmut Kaiser, who was Blatter's predecessor as Secretary General of FIFA. Interesting. Hey, I take your job and your daughter. How you like that? That's what he did. He fucking looked at this bloke, Helmut Kaiser, and he thought, I like this bloke. I don't like this bloke. I'm going to nick his job. And if that's not enough, I'm also going to fucking marry his daughter. And then, every night when he shuts his eyes to go to sleep, he will just see my face laughing with all gravy and fondue dribbling down my chin.
Blatter caused a stir in January 2004 when he suggested female footballers should wear more feminine clothes. Let the women play in feminine clothes like they do in volleyball, he said. They could, for example, have tighter shorts. Just an example.
That's
Just
an example. I
spitballing.
got other examples if you want. Maybe you got an example. Okay, what about these bras you see now that they got to push the tits up higher? You know, I seen the adverts
The
on the
Wonder
street.
Bra.
It says, "Hello Boys." My favourite advert of all time. Yeah? It's got a lovely girl, Eva Herzegovina, and the bra, she not even got very big tits. I'm saying maybe C cup maximum. But the bra, whoa, wowee, it makes her look great. Now, women's football introduced that, everyone's watching it.
He added, female players are pretty, if you excuse me for saying so. He's like, hey, I said this, but whoa, PC police, don't shoot me, don't lock me up.
I'm in trouble now for saying women pretty.
He says, female players are pretty, if you excuse me for saying so, and they already have some different rules to men, such as play with a lighter ball. They don't know.
They don't. Hey, come on, pussycat. It's okay to say you have a nice smile. I love all women. Even some of them are okay, some of the women are ugly. You want me to tell the truth? And yet I still think they're pretty.
When Qatar was awarded the 2022 World Cup, Blatter was asked about what gay football fans should do, given that homosexuality is illegal in the Gulf state. In December 2010, Blatter joked, I say they should refrain from any sexual activities.
Next question.
Yeah, obviously there was a furore, and here's his apology. It was not my intention and never will be my intention to go into any discrimination. If somebody feels hurt, then I regret and present apologies.
Yeah, that's the classic sort of shit apology where you go, I'm sorry if you feel hurt.
If you were offended, I am reading this off a card that's been given to me. Fucking hell.
I hear
It
a
was
lot
like
about these gay guys nowadays. Not convinced that it's true, but I have heard stories. If it is true, I don't think many of them could be football fans. But if they are, and we're getting really into the realms of fantasy here, I say just maybe put on a disguise as a normal man and don't be gay at the World Cup, yeah? It's not about sex, it's about football. Unless you are a heterosexual man, in which case have plenty of sex and football.
I can't imagine they'd be gonna go to the World Cup. They're probably too busy going to, I don't know, the discos or the Chelsea Flower Show.
You must be joking. I see what you're doing. You're doing joke on Sepp here because I'm getting old man. You say, what if a gay man got to football? You're being very naughty. You're trying to make me confused. Hey, I might be getting old, but I still got my marbles up here. Gay man at the World Cup. What are you talking about? It sounds like sung by Half Man, Half Biscuit. Gay man at World Cup. You're being silly now. Come on, ask me a serious question.
Jalapeño. Jalapeño.
Blatter was at it again in May 2013 at the 63rd FIFA Congress held in Mauritius. Of course it was held in Mauritius. Where are we going to have the Congress this year? How about Mauritius? I like the look of that.
It's a lovely place. Many people call it the birthplace of modern football. The cradle of the beautiful game.
It's coming home to Mauritius. In the 5-star hotels. The 63rd FIFA Congress held in Mauritius, where the executive committee elected 3 women. With the world waiting to hail FIFA's progress, the president took centre stage and said, "We now have 3 ladies on the board. Say something, ladies. You're always speaking at home. Say something now."
No, is that true?
Yeah. Fuck me.
Oh my God.
No, this is 2013. This is 9 years ago.
Come on, at home you always do the naggy, nag.
Yeah.
Come on. How you hoovered
floor
under the
is yours.
sofa. Blah, blah, nag. Now you're quiet like a little dormouse.
Fucking hell. And before that, he told everyone that one of the candidates for election, Australia's Moya Dodd, was good and good looking.
So double win.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Do you remember the film United Passions, which was told the story of how FIFA came into existence?
No.
And starred Tim Roth as Sepp Blatter?
No.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, when was this made?
This is about 6 years ago, I think. And FIFA basically funded it.
Oh, right, okay.
Gerard Depardieu played Jules Rimet, World Cup creator, and Sam Neill was João Havelange, the disgraced former FIFA president.
I didn't know he was disgraced, João Havelange. I remember him fondly.
I think they all get disgraced in the end.
In the end, they have to be, yeah.
I mean, this could be diveable, I don't know. It cost 27 million euros to make, failed to attract many viewers to its premiere in Switzerland in 2015. 120 people bought tickets for the premiere in Switzerland.
We make film about ourselves. We got to spend this money on something.
Exactly, that's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a fucking tax loss.
It's a tax loss. Come on, we make a film.
You don't have to watch it. You don't even need to know it exists. Oh, man. In 2013, he was doing a question and answer session at Oxford University. Fucking hell. He was asked which player he preferred out of Messi and Ronaldo. He described Ronaldo as a commander on the field of play, and then got up from his chair and began to do a comic walk across the stage in a bizarre interpretation of the Real Madrid star's movement. I'd like to see that. I guess it was kind of like that Max Wall funny walk. Maybe.
Yeah, that's how I'm picturing it. Yeah.
And it went down like a lead balloon, especially with the Portuguese star, who posted a sarcastic response on his Facebook page. The two made peace in the end, with Blatter tweeting an apology. Oh, I gotta do another apology? Oh, man.
Fucking hell.
Maybe it's best I just shut up. I can't shut up, that's the thing. I think we touched on this before, but he said during an interview with CNN that any racism on the field of play could be solved with a handshake. when asked if racism on the pitch was a problem, he said, "I would deny it. There is no racism. There is maybe one of the players towards another. He has a word or gesture which is not the correct one. But the one who is affected by that, he should say, this is a game. We are in a game, and at the end of the game, we shake hands. And this can happen because we have worked so hard against racism and discrimination." There we go.
There you go. Sepp Blatter fixed the problem. What you got next for me? I'll fix the global warming if you want.
2008, when Ronaldo left Manchester United, Blatter compared the situation to modern slavery. Because Ronaldo was angling for a move from Manchester United. He says, if Cristiano Ronaldo wants to leave, let him leave. I think in football, there is too much modern slavery. And that was just a couple of years before, of course, Qatar were awarded the World Cup.
And used slaves to build their stadiums, many of whom died in the process.
Fucking hell. Speaking after John Terry was deposed as captain of England's national team following his alleged affair with the ex-partner of his former teammate Wayne Bridge, Blatter spoke of the cultural differences he believes exist between Europe and the other side of the Atlantic. Listen! or any sentence that begins with listen. It's going to be good.
Guys, listen to me.
Gather round. He said, listen, this is a special approach in the Anglo-Saxon countries. If this had happened in, let's say, Latin countries, I think he would have been applauded.
I'm reading more about his love life here. He didn't just basically nick the daughter off his predecessor. They didn't. Oh, she unfortunately died. Their marriage lasted 10 years until Barbara died from complications after an operation, which is very sad. In 1995, Blatter began dating Ilona Boguska, a Polish friend of his daughter, Corinne, before they separated in 2002. Then, Blatter married for a third time on 23rd of December 2002 to Graziella Bianca, a dolphin trainer who was, you guessed it, a friend of his daughter.
Oh, my God.
So he habitually married his daughter's friends. His daughter would introduce him to women, presumably her own age, and he would then date them and marry them. Isn't that remarkable? And one of them was a dolphin trainer, which is a great profession. I mean, if I was on the dating scene and I was on one of them apps and it said in the bio, dolphin trainer, would certainly, that would capture my interest.
Yeah, instant swipe right.
Yeah. You know, not data analyst, you'd be like, social media marketing director.
Yeah.
Dolphin trainer. Uh-oh. Now I'm fucking interested.
His current partner is Linda Barris. And it says here that they are in
a domestic partnership.
A domestic partnership, yeah. They're not married, but she is 57 and he's 86.
You know when you're like not married, but you call it a partnership? I really think that's just like kills any of the romance from a relationship.
Common law partner.
Yeah, because it sounds like it's a tax arrangement. Do you know what I mean? I remember in my first job in magazines, I remember like it was a thing when I worked at Men's Health. Everyone was really nice, but everyone was very politically correct, which was quite unusual because it was the mid-90s, you know. Yeah. But at this particular place, it was like an oasis of political correctness.
Right.
And that's the way the magazine was as well. It wasn't like a lad mag. It was very sort of like, it was kind of
sort of a personal development, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, and sense. It was all written with it. It was sort of, it was quite funny, but it was in a very polite way. Anyway, one thing I noticed when I started working there, I was fresh out of university, and obviously I've swaggered in there. I'm a bit of a cunt, right? And so I thought, whoa, seems like there's not many other fellow cunts here, so I better cover it up a bit. You know, we've all been in that situation where me and my mates always call it, well, you have to pretend to be a normal human, you know. Yeah. Like, oh, what's your job like? Oh, I have to pretend to be a normal human, but other than that, it's fine, you know. Yeah. Or like if you meet someone else's family, like a girlfriend's family, it's like, did you have to pretend to be a human? yeah, I had to pretend to be a human. So it was like that. And one thing I picked up on was that everyone there, not many people were married, but they always kept referring to their partner. And I remember finding it a little bit depressing. Because I was like, it's all partner. Oh, my partner and I did this at the weekend. Oh, yeah, my partner and I like that film, right? Partner this, partner that. I'm not judging anyone for saying partner. I'm just saying me personally, I was like, I mean, obviously back then in the 90s, I was like, do you mean you're Doris?
I was going to
In
say
my
you said
head.
Doris, wouldn't you? Yeah.
In my head, I was going, what's he mean his partner? What's this? Business partner? Criminal partner? Right? What kind of partnership we're talking about? Oh, do you mean you're Doris? All right, that's what you should call her, because that's a bit more romantic, see? Partner makes it sound a little bit clinical, like you've had to arrange it that way. You've had to arrange a partnership for the benefit of Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs.
It must have been very hard for you back then.
Yeah, I learned the lingo quick. I learned how to basically pretend not to be a cunt.
Yeah, it's good, that. It's good for personal
You
development.
guys, it's a good life skill. It's something that you need, that young people should be trained better in.
Yeah.
Young cunts. I mean, obviously not every young person's a cunt, but if you've been raised a bit of a cunt, and it's the 90s, so you've only compounded your own natural cuntishness by adopting more cuntish ways, you then need to sort of go, you could do a weekend course, couldn't you?
Yeah, I guess so. We're just about at the end of this, I think, but we'll have a quick look at there's a Daily Mail piece about Sepp Blatter's current partner, Linda Barras. And they've been together since 2015, it seems. Glamorous brunette Linda Barras, 51, is said to be Sepp Blatter's girlfriend. Leggy Swiss socialite, Leggy, is the wife of...
What paper is this, the Mail? They still say leggy.
Well, this is 2015, but I guess they probably still do. She is the wife of millionaire Christian Barras. Christian is, inverted commas, comfortable with new relationship, according to a relative. He's been cuckolded by Sepp Blatter, and he's all right with it. He's fine. It says, she's the leggy brunette who wore an eye-catching red frock showing off a hint of lingerie and clung to Sepp Blatter as the FIFA boss sank in the repugnant stench of corruption. Wow, that sentence took a turn. From a hint of luxury straight round to the repugnant stench of corruption.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, London. We are the repugnant stench of corruption. And this one's
single.
called Leggy Ladies.
Linda Barras, 6 foot tall in heels, towered over the 5'3" disgraced football chief. And there, I think, is the issue at the heart of this entire deep dive.
5'3",
Sepp
yeah.
Blatter is 5'3".
Well, hang on, yeah. Why didn't we know this sooner? This explains so much.
Yeah, doesn't it?
And that's
The
fucking
whole
small,
thing is
isn't
there.
it?
He's sat there next to her. He's got a little booster seat on his chair. Linda's husband, Christian, a multimillionaire estate agent, which with who he has 2 teenage daughters. He said, "I know nothing about this. I'm still married to Linda at the time." And he considered Blatter a long-time associate. And Linda insists that Blatter insists they're just good friends. But of course they're now together and have been for many years. And we wish them the best of luck, I suppose.
After it all,
86-year-old
do
Sepp
you
Blatter.
think that Sepp Blatter... Serious question. Do you think Sepp Blatter, here and now, in December 2022, do you think he's happy?
Yes.
I agree.
Yes, completely.
I think he's happy now, and I think he's always been happy. And I think even when he became disgraced and had to leave his job, I reckon he was very like, oh, well, I had a good run.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, he'd made a lot of money out of it. I'm sure he still lives very comfortably.
Lucky for me, I've squirreled away a sizable chunk of ill-gotten gains.
Yeah. I managed to stay out of jail, so that's the main thing.
I've not been in prison, and I've had so much funny, I've almost lost track. Luckily, my personal assistant...
Barras at home.
Luckily, my personal assistant keeps a spreadsheet of all the funny I've had, and therefore I can always look back and remember fondly.
It is the only document I have retained from my time at FIFA.
And it is on FIFA headed sheets as well.
Yeah. So
My
there we
fanny
are.
graph.
There we are. That's Sepp Blatter, 5'3"
Fanny
deep dive.
fanatic.
He
Yeah.
is an absolute piece of shit. And I think that it's helped us to understand the human condition a little better, I think.
Andy Dawson, I hear you've been calling me a piece of shit on your podcast, but let me ask you this. You ever been married to a dolphin trainer? I doubt it.
Sounds like you got a little bit of envy going on there, Mr. Dawson.
I don't blame you. It's natural to be envious.
Yes,
especially of a
maybe I
man like
do.
me.
Maybe I do feel a bit envious, Sepp. That's what it's all about. And I'm only, at the end of the day, 5'7", so I'm not exactly the tallest myself. So, yeah, perhaps I am jealous. There we are. That's the Blatter thing. Next week, it's going to be... next week we're going to start deep diving Wham's Last Christmas video.
Oh, wonderful. Rabies is waiting for January, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, thanks very much. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone, and be careful.
And be kind.